So you got your Mario, you got your sports shirt, you got your Global Venture shirts. Any other shirt?
I have Mario. I don't want Mario.
I think you did have one Mario, didn't you?
Ever since I became a father about 8 years ago, I've been wanting to take our boys with us overseas. Now just feels like the right time to take them on their first mission trip.
Ready to go fast? Yeah. Come here, David. Let me check your helmet out, buddy.
I think this is a great age for them to travel and really get a heart for the world.
Good job. You ready to go fast? Lean back, lean back. Let me see.
For me, I began to get missions in my heart when I was about 10 years old. My family had moved to Mexico for about 9 months to be missionaries there. Just to have that influence in my life so young, I believe that's one of the things that brought me to where I am today.
As if the gnats weren't bad enough, God follows them with a plague of flies. Flies are in everything. Still, Pharaoh keeps the Hebrews in Egypt.
The older they get, the more distractions will try to pull them away from their divine destiny.
Bring your suitcases out. We're gonna pack them. Now, these suitcases are gonna be with you on the airplane. Now, David, what you got in here? Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah.
And your teddy bear? You know what? We can't bring everything.
This is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's coming to Nicaragua with me.
Oh,
There's your Global
those will work.
Awesome. Hey, and get that other one too.
I wasn't ready to do it right now, and you really felt like Nicaragua was the trip, but I wanted to wait maybe another year or two.
What I keep telling myself is kids are flexible. They adapt quickly, and they're gonna love it.
But do you think it's gonna be like smooth sailing, like?
Yeah, I do. Big Mouth hungry. Big Mouth gonna get ya.
My biggest thing is them being with me at all times because they are boys and they move around a lot. They have a lot of energy. Pretend these sticks are you. There you are, David and Andrew. Now where are you supposed to be if Mommy's standing right here? That's right beside me, okay? Because we don't want to get lost, do we? That'd be really bad. That's my biggest thing, is having eyes all around my head and making sure that everybody on my team also sees where my boys are.
That's cool, Andrew.
And it's to blow up everything, so we can win.
Yeah, man. Andrew's fearless. Whoa! Good hit. He got a home run on that one.
I'm gonna preach the gospel to them, and they're gonna be so happy about it. And I'm so excited that I'm gonna go there.
David's he's friendly to everybody. He'll talk to anybody.
I am taking somebody that's named Anakin Skywalker.
We got them to put out all their stuffed animals on the couch and practice preaching to them. My friend's gonna come and share with you, so listen. All right, here you go.
God created the heavens and the earth. He even created the animals. He created you and me.
We even used a screwdriver turned upside down as a microphone. Be very expressive, like this with your arms, and he put the stars in the sky like that. Okay, you ready?
He put the stars in the sky. He put the fish in the sea.
I'm just really curious if they're just gonna push through and just preach, or how they're gonna react.
There could be a little bit of shyness at first.
Strike! Free! I beat the record! Ah!
What kind of stuff are you going to take with you to Nicaragua?
Some stuff like camera, socks and shoes and pants, apples, fruit roll-ups,
Do you know, David?
and yogurt, maybe even popcorn.
Are you going to take some clothes?
Yes, maybe. And lots of stuff.
To say my kids are too young to experience this or understand it, or, oh, I don't know, it's dangerous out there. There are plenty of areas in the world that are safe, that are family and kid friendly, better than going to a theme park or an exotic vacation, because you're affecting eternities.
I'm really excited to preach like Daddy does.
We're gonna leave on Friday.
Yeah, man.
That's cool. It's spring break.
A whole week.
Awesome.
Great.
Are we there yet? I think is gonna be a common question.
How long do you think that the plane ride is to go over to Nicaragua?
It's gonna be maybe a long time. 20 hours and 5 minutes in 60 seconds. Or 2 hours. Or 1,000.
The one thing that kind of concerns me is upon arriving in Nicaragua, I'm scheduled to take the film team and jump out to an unreached people group. And so that means Martine being with the boys alone for the first day or so.
John being away, it makes me a little bit nervous.
Are you nervous at all about going?
Nervous? What's nervous mean?
Deep in the heart, the soul of every human being, there's that nagging fear that they have not done enough because no one can do enough.
If you want this freedom through Jesus, we can give it to you right now. We're gonna lift you up.
Look, he's bending at the knee. Look at this. Look at this.
The greatest thing that I could have given him that day is Jesus.
Just landed here in Managua, Nicaragua, and we're in the airport, but I've got to say goodbye to the boys. Hey guys, here in just a moment, you guys are going to be getting on a bus with Mommy. Now, Daddy's going to have to leave, and I'm going to go and fly in another plane and go way up near the Mosquito Coast to get to this people group that has never heard about Jesus. And so you'll be okay, you're going to be with Mommy, and you're going to be with the whole team. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to be gone about 2 days. Love you guys. You guys can have fun. Love you.
Landing in Nicaragua and having to say goodbye to John right away was a little bit difficult. When he's not there, the responsibility of the team, I feel, falls on my shoulders. So it does make me a little bit nervous. I don't try to show it, but it does. That mixed in with the responsibility of my boys and their first time being on a trip, I really felt at times a little bit overwhelmed.
Are we almost there now?
Just 2 more hours.
David, how many hours do you think we've traveled now? We left home, we went in the Prius, went in 2 airplanes and a bus. 1 hour? You think that took us all 1 hour? Wow. 40 hours? I think it took us 40 hours. This is going to be your room.
Cool! It looks big! I can just jump on the bed!
It didn't look like a typical hotel room or anything, but they just were thrilled. The first meal went good. Nice. And lasagna.
What's that?
Lasagna. Andrew only ate the meat. David, I mean, he just ate the whole thing. He was starving. Do you like it, David? Mm-hmm. This trip is very, very special to John and I because this is the very first trip that we're actually bringing our boys. This is Andrew and David. Andrew, how old are you?
7.5.
David?
6.
And this is their first mission trip. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Are you guys excited?
Yes.
What are you gonna do, Andrew?
Preach the gospel.
You're gonna preach the gospel?
Yes, and I'm gonna heal people.
You're gonna heal people? All right, give me a high five. Woo! Awesome.
The boys are on my team, and I'm really excited because I've never had kids that young on my team or any kids on my team.
Andrew and little David, you are going to be our drummers, okay? In the drama, okay?
A lot of kids here turn to drugs and alcohol, and so we thought it would be good if David and Andrew acted as the druggie, because then they'll see a little kid turning to drugs and alcohol and seeing them get set free by Jesus, and so we thought it would be a good spot to put them in.
The boys did really good with drama training. They are so focused in on their little part and really take it seriously. I'm actually really surprised. Good job.
Drama training was easy because I just had to do this, and then do this, and then do this.
It's quite a challenge to keep them satisfied, occupied, but then I know they're boys, so they have energy and they want to run around. So at one point I just let them run around, and if it got a little bit out of hand, I stopped it.
They are always jumping around and playing with all the other team members. They're having a lot of fun.
I had to smoke and drink alcohol and smoke, but it was just pretending. I didn't do it for real.
I think it's really important to actually bring kids out on mission trips and being able to, see the things that they're going to see, because the more you put into them when they're younger, the more likely they are to, stick with it later on in life if you want your kid to grow up, with a heart for the lost and a heart to serve God.
I did good, but I was a little bit shy. Not really shy, but just a little bit.
I think the boys are pretty ready to hit the streets tomorrow. I think that once they see real people in front of them, they might be a little bit shocked, so it's going to be really interesting to see them in action.
Man, I just arrived at Esteli. I'm so excited. I'm about to go see my wife and boys for the first time since they got here.
Hey, buddies. How are you guys doing? Oh, good to see you guys. And there is my lovely Martine.
Hi.
Come on, Mommy.
How are you guys doing?
Daddy.
Come here, man. Tell Daddy what's going on. Did you miss me?
Yes.
I miss you guys.
Guess what? We got an egg.
An egg.
Hold
What?
on, David, hold on.
What? What do they want? This
They wanted
egg
to show
thing?
you about the,
Is it Angry Birds?
yeah,
Oh
they've been
my
playing with a lot
goodness.
of.
I'm really excited about the boys' first ministry site. It's going to be a school. They're only 7.5 and 6, so this is pretty big for kids.
All right, here's the scoop. We have about 650 kids that we're going to do the presentation for. Okay? Yes.
Good job, man. Come on, buddy.
It's a little bit hot.
It is, isn't it, man? It's a little warm.
I was a little bit nervous about how the boys would handle it with that much chaos.
Hey, go play with the kids, guys.
Play with the kids, Andrew.
And they saw all the kids and they started running with all the kids, playing with the clown. It was really cool.
The kids are running from bubbles. They're like, so funny.
I thought it was just hilarious how David just got loose and was dancing.
I was surprised that he was dancing, actually, in front of all those people.
And I mean, no shame in his game. Nothing like his daddy. He was living it up.
My name is David.
Mi nombre es David.
I came all the way here to preach the gospel.
Andrew, he's a lot shyer, so he had to really push himself to preach.
My name is Andrew.
Mi nombre es Andrew.
And I like chocolate ice cream.
I coached him after the brief introduction. I told him, really put the microphone close and really almost yell. And I didn't know for sure if he'd do it with it being his first time.
God created us
Dios nos creó
because he loved us
porque Él nos amó
and he wanted to be close to us.
y Él quería estar cerca de nosotros.
It was a rowdy crowd, one of the rowdiest crowds I've seen, and definitely in
Yeah,
Latin
they were all
America.
over the place.
And for the focus to still be there and him to do it like he did, I was just so proud of him.
But because man disobeyed,
Pero porque el hombre desobedeció,
they got separated from God.
entonces se separó de Dios.
But God had a plan.
Andrew preaching, it was really, really awesome.
And seeing David, how he did the drama and all the moves just so well, I'm like, oh my goodness, he's only stinking 6 years old.
I did like doing the drama. A lot of kids were paying attention. And I loved it. A lot of kids got saved for Jesus.
Perdóname.
Por todas las cosas.
Por todas las cosas
Que he hecho.
que he hecho.
They did better than what I expected. I really expected for them when they got here and saw the crowd of people, them coming up to me and saying, Mommy, I don't want to do it. Me having to push them to get up there and do it. So it was really, really awesome to see them take part of what we do.
And it's my first time seeing either of the boys do anything. It was thrilling.
Yeah, just like that. That's how you aim with the slingshot. Yeah, that's a good aim. You just aim right at his forehead, and you go, pow, and then the rock, pow.
The night of the Kids Crusade, the boys were so excited, and Andrew was going to be dressed up as David for the story of David and Goliath.
I never have acted on the stage before, and you have to be brave to do it, not scared.
Andrew practiced with that slingshot all day long. He practiced until he had it down to the T. It was really cute.
David. Había un niño pequeño que se llamaba David. He was a shepherd boy. Era un pastor. I went on the stage and I was David and I was feeding the shepherds. He loved God with all his heart. Él amaba a Dios con todo su corazón. I wasn't nervous because I had a costume on and they couldn't recognize me. They sent a big giant to come against David's people. There's this big Goliath trying to kill all my friends. Everyone was afraid of this big giant. Todos estaban con miedo de este gigante. Even when I was small, I wasn't scared because I had Jesus in me. He aimed really good. Atinó muy bien. And he shot Goliath. Y le disparó a Goliath. Right on the head. Ahí en la cabeza. And he destroyed the big giant. Y así destruyó al gigante de Goliath. I hit him on the forehead and he fell down and he did what? And he was dead and I did yay. Because even though he was small, God was with him. I felt really good and I wasn't shy. I was so excited to hit him down.
It was the coolest thing to be preaching to these little boys and girls and to have my son right up there acting it out. It was just the most touching thing, something that I'll treasure forever. Just because we're on a mission trip doesn't mean that real life stops. Okay, who's gonna go in the shower first?
Me!
If you're a parent, you know how challenging bedtime can be. It's no different here. Okay, David, get under the water.
I was really trying to help, but the kids were hyper, and David was doing his little naked dance thing that he loves to do. And
Come on, David.
it can get real fun real quick.
On into the little boat. All right.
My favorite part is watching them write in their journals because I really can see what's been going on in their heads, what they're really thinking about this trip.
I love how the people got saved. What else do you want to say?
Some people were blind and some people had their
Had to face what?
face. Go.
Honestly, it's a lot of extra work having the kids out here. I'm tired. It's not easy, especially at the end of your day when you've been up super early and you're going.
I love how the people got saved. Some people were blind and some had deaf ears. They got healed and they love God now.
But it's worth it having them out here to see what happens in their lives despite how tired I might be.
Say, I love you, Mommy. I love you, Daddy. Say, I love you, brother. All right.
Mom, I'm hungry.
We're just minutes away before the mass crusade, the adult crusade, and my little boys, for the very first time, are going to take the stage and share.
And then possibly the youngest Global Venture team members ever to share.
Y tal vez uno de los menores que jamás han compartido.
Little David Stephen Smithwick.
David Esteban Smithwick.
And then John Andrew Smithwick.
Y John Andrés Smithwick.
We went to a park.
Fuimos a un parque.
And there's a lady
Y había una mujer
that couldn't bend her knees.
que no podía doblar sus rodillas.
And we prayed for her in the name of Jesus.
Y oremos por ella en el nombre de Jesús.
And she was healed. You will be healed like this lady.
Así ustedes van a ser sanados como esta mujer en esta noche.
I think it's so awesome to see our boys up there on the stage. I'm really surprised. Like, I really didn't know if they would even be able to preach at a crusade. And they just went for it. They were bold. And I'm really, really proud of them.
Yesterday night,
Anoche
I saw a man
vi un hombre.
that couldn't see. We prayed for him in the name of Jesus.
Oremos por él en el nombre de Jesús.
He was healed.
Y fue sanado.
We tested him a little
Le
bit,
probemos.
and he could see our fingers.
Y él sí podía ver nuestros dedos.
He will do the same for you.
Él, Jesús, quiere hacer lo mismo para ti.
But they got out there and really did, better than I expected. And so I am the proudest papa on the planet tonight. Was just so grateful to see us as a family being able to do this together and experience such a cool moment together. And just couldn't be more proud of them.
I think it's probably one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. For them, so young, to come out here into such a strange world to them and ministering in God's power the same exact way that the rest of us are doing. It just affected me so much. It just caused me to really put an importance and a priority in my heart that when my kids grow up to be that age, I really want to get them involved in the ministry the same exact way.
Thank you for making me a child of God.
Gracias por hacerme un hijo de Dios.
Amen.
Amén.
Today we are traveling to a remote school, and this site will be Andrew's first time leading the kids in the prayer of salvation.
Can you tell me who this is?
¿Pueden decir quién es ese?
That's right, it's Jesus.
Ese es Jesús.
Do you want Jesus to be the king of your heart?
¿Quieren que Jesús sea el rey de sus corazones?
He was really excited because he's been talking about how many people have we gotten saved now? How many people have we gotten saved?
All you have to do is
Lo único que
believe
tienen que hacer
and pray this prayer
es
with
creer
me.
y hacer esta oración conmigo.
Of course, as the proud dad, I was filming everything on my iPhone.
How many of you want to pray this prayer with
¿Cuántos de ustedes quieren hacer esta oración conmigo?
That was the very first time Andrew has ever done the salvation part.
Dear God,
Repitan esto. Querido Dios,
I believe
yo creo
that you died
que tú moriste
on the cross
en la cruz
for me.
por mí.
Seeing Andrew pray the prayer of salvation really touched my heart. I mean, as a mom, you know, to see your child just lead all these boys and girls to Christ at such a young age. I mean, it's so rewarding. Everything that, you know, we put into them, you know, this is like just seeing the fruit, really.
Jesus.
Digan Jesús.
Be my Lord.
Sé mi Señor.
I want to live for you.
Yo voy a vivir para ti.
In Jesus'
En
name.
el nombre de Jesús.
Amen.
Amén.
That one moment, seeing Andrew lead all those children to the Lord, it makes it so worth it. It makes it so worth it. It's truly passing the legacy to the next generation, my next generation, my child, my kids. And I know the gospel is going to be taken beyond my lifetime because of this.
We're preaching to God to everyone, and that's really good. God appreciates that.
I did have great hesitations on even bringing the boys on this trip. I really wasn't sure if this would be the right trip for them. They were ready. They were old enough. I was concerned about their safety, being in another country. But honestly, this week, it just went so smooth. When we're in God's will and God's plan, then that is the safest place to be. That's where His protection is.
I think it's just getting over that mountain in your mind and you realize, whoa, this is the perfect will of God and we were made to do this. You never know what your children are really fully capable of until you get in the situation.
It really touched my heart to be able to minister with my kids.
There's nothing like it. If you're wondering, should I take a mission trip with my kids, with my family? Don't hesitate a moment more. It won't just change your life, it'll change your family.
My favorite part was when I preached the gospel to people and they got healed. One thing I will remember is little children get saved by Jesus Christ and 1 billion, a gazillion people saved. That's what I'll remember. I'll remember that.
Hello, I'm John Smithwick, and I wanted to take this time to personally invite you to come out on a Global Ventures trip. On these trips, you'll see the miracles of Jesus happen right before your eyes. You'll see countless multitudes swept into the kingdom of God as a result of you stepping out of your comfort zone and being willing to come to the other side of the planet. Come out and see your life forever changed.
Our main goal in making Desperation Speaks was to find people in desperation and to really capture that moment where you can see their greatest need. This book is filled with photos of unreached people. Many of these were taken right at the point where they were hearing the gospel for the very first time. We wanted to create something that would really move you every time you opened it, and we hope that these emotional pictures and inspiring quotes will help keep a passion for the lost burning in your heart. Desperation Speaks is really so much more than a window to a world in need. It's a reason to do something about it. When you buy this book, not only will it be a blessing to you, but it will help us carry the gospel to more unreached nations of the world.
In the heart, the soul of every human being, there's that nagging fear that they have not done enough because no one can do enough.
If you want this freedom through Jesus, we can give it to you right now. We're going to lift you up.
Look, he's bending at the knee. Look at this. Look at this.
The greatest thing that I could have given him that day is Jesus.